Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and welcome to our brand new park build here on Jurassic World Evolution. Today we're going to build a Florida Everglades style park. Well, we're going to start to build one anyway. Doubt we're going to finish in one episode. Anywho, this is an idea we've had for quite a long time. Talked about it for ages. I think it's going to look really cool. It's going to be very swampy, kind of flat but with lots of water and then big tree lines, lots of swamp themed dinosaurs, lots of the Spinosaurids, stuff like that. It's going to be much less modded. What's going on over there? It's going to be much less modded than our previous playthrough was. I'm not going to say unmodded. We may bring one or two dinosaurs in as we go if I find something that I think really suits. And of course, we have once again modded the terrain. This is actually, as it happens, a Florida Everglades mod. It was actually made by Jack Mills. I'm going to link this down below in the description. I'm going to try to maintain like a mod list this time around. But oddly enough, Jack Mills was actually the guy who made like one of my favourite grass mods for Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. So that's actually a really cool little link there. Anyways, looks really cool. It changes some of the trees. It changes the ground to be more Evergladey. Don't really know what else to say to that. Let's get started. So I've already done the little, little breeding section and all this kind of... You kind of have to do this kind of stuff. You just can't get away without it. So stick all this over here in the corner. Need a little fence on here actually so they can get out. Lovely stuff. And now we can basically ignore that. I think the first thing I want to do, I think you're going to enter the park via monorail. I really want to do like a big, wide, open entrance area. It'd be really cool if we could attach the monorail to the arrival point. It's a big shame that we can't. But imagine you come in, you get on the monorail, and it's kind of like when you enter Jurassic World in Jurassic World, and they go through and they're looking down into the Everglades, and you can see all these dinosaurs popping up beneath them, and then you enter the park. I think it'd be a really nice sort of introduction to the park. So that's what we're going to do. We need to make yet another monorail. And let's put it right in front of the entrance. Like so. Okay, and we're going to delete that path because that's a silly path. We'll fix that in a second. And this is just going to go straight onto there. And we're going to make this one into this because this is our, it's our sciencey path or whatever. And the idea is, it's going to be curvy, this one. It's going to be much curvier, it's going to be much more, less constrained than our InGen park was. So we're going to have a lot of fun with it, I think. We'll try and build some cool stuff as well. But if you have any ideas, any suggestions, what would you have in an Everglades park? I have been to Florida, but it was a hella long time ago, so I don't remember much. And when I was in Florida, I didn't go to a dinosaur theme park, oddly enough. So I don't really know what you would include. So if you've got any ideas or suggestions, feel free to hit me up down below. I'm going to show you some of the trees. It's no longer a redwood, but it's actually a cedar tree, which is, really cool. And Floridian and Evergladian, stuff like that. So really excited about that. Right. Let's get started, I guess. So I think this whole back area here, it does mean we're going to have less room. But I think just having this whole area back here as like a big wide open dinosaur filled Everglade, it'll be really cool. And then we can cut off about here. And then this whole area will be the park. It'll be like our safari zone, that we usually build in a lot of our bigger parks. The only difference really is that it's big and that you go over it in the monorail right from the get-go rather than, getting introduced to it later. So we're going to do a fence going across here. I have to try to balance this between a nice introduction and seeing it all and still having room left. Maybe the monorail can take you down here, and this is where we'll mainly do it. Okay, so we're going to cut across from about there. So not that far into the actual... But I just want lots of room to be able to do stuff, I'm just going to go straight across, I think. Whilst we are going to hit the curves up, lots of curves in this playthrough. Love me some curves. But this is meant to be... This is very, staunchly man-made barrier between the wild Everglades and the park itself. And this is going to be wild. This is meant to be like free roaming dinosaurs, essentially. I think it's a pretty cool idea. So the monorail, I know game, I know, don't worry about it. It's gonna go like this. Now this might be the one way round. It is the one way round, isn't it? Did he leave? I don't know. We can always change it, it's fine. So the idea is it just sort of comes down here, does like a little bit of a tour off the whole Everglade looking area, and then it's going to pop over here. It's going to stop being so weirdly bendy, and it's going to drop you in the middle somewhat. Where's the middle? We are back on Sanctuary. I just think it's a really nice island to build on. I was going to build somewhere else, but this is like one of the only ones I've also got like a flat version of, and the idea of doing it again is very upsetting, so I thought we'd stick with this one for now. And we are still playing in the Jurassic World era as well. Doesn't mean no lights and signs and stuff, but I thought, I wanted it to feel modern, you know. Also, I just think a lot of the designs in the Jurassic World era actually look better. I think that might be blasphemous. People might not be happy with that, but I do think it is the case. And I also really wanted the truck tour. I think the truck is going to look really cool in an Everglades kind of environment. I think we might have it driving around this big safari zone down here. I think the truck is going to be really cool. So I really wanted to integrate that. I know there's mods that kind of let you do it as well, but yeah, whatever. Boop. So let's connect all these bad boys up. God damn it. Come on. We can do it. As per usual, if you go down into the description down below as well, you'll find a cutie, and it's not you, although it could be. Anyways, you'll find a cutie, and if you follow that cutie, you'll find a site that'll let you give name suggestions for the dinosaurs in this series. All the dinosaurs are always named by your name suggestions left down below, so hit me up. Is this going to work, or are they going to shout at me? And that is actually connected. The reason that says not connected is because it's not connected to a building. As soon as you connect it to a building, it kind of comes together. This is a lot of monorail. Right, let's get some dinosaurs. Dinosaurs. Now, this is meant to be like a big, wide open area. I don't want to go too hard and put the Spinosaurus in here, but I think a Suchomimus or two might look pretty good. They're trying to resemble the crocodiles, or the alligators, I guess, that would be swimming around in the area. And then we'll think of some other stuff to add in there as well. Let's get a couple of Suchos. Let's get 4 Suchos. It's a big area. I think they're going to need the space. Let's get 4 Suchos. And we're going to try to pick wetland kind of colours. Like, there's not going to be too much colour variation in this park, but I want it to be heavily themed. Themes are fun. We do have, if I remember correctly, a green Sucho, which is the woodland, and a yellow Sucho, the one that looks like a rotten banana. And I mean that in the nicest way possible. I think it's wetland. No, we'll try both of those out. See what happens. Get this upgraded as well. And colour this in. What colour should we go? Has to be orange. It'd be really nice if they released the other colours. At this point, I think it would be okay to do so. You know, they've all been... like, basically, if you pre-ordered on Xbox, you got certain colours. If you pre-ordered on PC, you got certain colours. Pre-ordered on... or I think you just buy the game on PS4, you got certain colours. There's actually like 5 colours total, because there's like a secret little white one that you could get, and there's a red one, and there's a green one, and there's a blue one, and there's an orange one, blah blah blah. I think they should just give them out at this point, you know? I don't see why not, really. Anywho, let's go ahead and give them some food so they don't die horribly. That sounds like a plan. Set up all these. We are going to try to use the water feeders. What? Why? Oh, I used the paleo feeder because I'm a big dummy. And that is also paleo feeder. Yeah, good job, BestInSlot. Great way to start. Right, okay. That one. That one. There we go. I'm a genius again. And a little bit of water. A little bit of water. A little bit of water. Lovely stuff. Now, I want to get a building attached to here just so it opens up. So we're just going to build the rest of this like a fairly regular park, but with, you know, water themes and Everglade themes and stuff like that. So, do we want... The first question is, do we want an innovation centre? I think I like the idea of it being this very path-heavy and very building-heavy little hub in the middle that kind of, like, splays outwards and gets less and less built up until eventually you're just, like, in the frickin' Everglades, basically, you know? Also, I just realised we need to block this off with a fence as well. Because people will die otherwise. Horrible, horrible deaths. Which I guess is something we should try to avoid in our park. I think that happened in a park before, and it went... And, yeah, a lot of bad came from it, so... Give me a minute. Okay. Yeah, I like that idea. I just want to connect this to a bloody building. Okay, cool. Right, yeah, so we need to block this off because... Well, you know, the whole dead people thing. Oh, the angle. Oh, that's breaking my heart. No, it's okay, it's okay. Like, from here, from what I think is straight, it's fine, but from here, it's okay. So let's just go along here. You can stick to quite light fences throughout this whole thing. We're trying to get back to nature a little bit, you know? Last build we did was very concrete and all that kind of jazz, which made a lot of sense for that build, don't get me wrong. And now I want to get my curve on. Look at that. Beautiful. Right around that bad boy. Exactly what you want to see. A little bit further there, and we're just going to wrap this in because we want to maintain as much of the actual Everglades space as possible. Should be fun. Go away. I don't need to commit tutorials this late into the game. I just don't turn them off though, because what if a DLC comes out? What if I do need the tutorials again? Okay, it seems unlikely at this point. I said in a video not that long ago that I thought there would be more DLC in the game, probably a couple of months ago. But we are hitting that point in time. I said basically if there is no mention of the DLC by, I think, the end of May, then I would give up on it. The end of May is quickly approaching. Ladies and gentlemen, the end of May is very quickly approaching. But we'll see what happens. What is going on? Why can't I... Anyways, yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It's this really dark, sort of mulchy, moist-looking dirt texture. I wonder what the sand looks like. Does it just look like sand? Yeah, but it's kind of faded out, a little bit dirtier. That's pretty cool. I don't think we'll be using the sand tool much, if at all, in this build. Right, okay, so let's just focus on our... Looks like a pyramid. It'd be really cool if you keep it like that, and we could actually do a pyramid. You should see that requires path connection. Should disappear any second now. Oh, there we go, beautiful. Right. So this is our opportunity to experiment with what we want this to look like. I do have an image up next to me of what the Everglades looks like. Having never been to the Everglades. I've been to Florida, but I didn't get to go to the Everglades, which is a shame. I'm going to get rid of all the plant life first of all. We can add this back, but as it is, it's just going to get in the way of the water. Be gone, plants. We're going to bring in some trees dotted around, but most of the pictures I'm seeing of the Everglades, the trees tend to be quite contained. You know, there could be loads of them, but they tend to be very close together and in like big sections. They don't tend to be like dotted around as much. You know, it seems like there's certain areas which are probably, because generally speaking, it's water, right? It's just like quite deep water, and then like this tall grass sort of grows up above it or something like that. It's like an aquatic grass looking thing. And I imagine there's certain areas that are solid enough that the trees can actually grow there, as in there's less water there. But generally speaking, they can't, so they wouldn't just be dotted around. Does any of that make sense? I think that makes sense. So let's give this a go. I did it. It actually might be easier to cover the whole thing in water, now that I think about it. And then put the land on it, because there is more water than land. Sort of. It's about 50-50, probably. If we do this... Takes me back to our lagoon build from ages ago. Look at that, beautiful. Took no time at all. The benefits of a flat island, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely, sexy flat island. There we go. I actually really like this. I might keep that like that, where the path goes along. We're going to do a lot of stuff like that. You know, bridges, where it looks sort of like a bridge over the water. I think that's going to be really cool for this build. Right, okay. Yeah, this is definitely the right idea. So we're just going to do little islands, essentially. Some are big, some are small. It should feel like... It's not necessarily a river, but it should feel like a river. So we are going to do stuff like this. Well, I'm just going to do rubbish and see what happens, basically. And some parts of the monorail we're going to put onto the land. And the idea is really just to try to make very natural-looking shapes. Maybe there's like a big bit over here that's a bit more land. We could do a tree section over there, maybe. Okay, quite thin in there. Lovely stuff. I'd say that looks Everglades. Obviously, we need more than that, obviously. Just trying to look at my reference photos. Looks like a little pimple. And then like a circle in there, and then maybe it goes in a little bit like so. It should feel like you know, little waterways and stuff like that. I want like one area maybe here and here that are a bit more wet. I don't really know how to put it. I want them to be wet. Get some of them really tight and small, and maybe some of the land is a little bit more connected. It's not technically land, right? You can kind of move through all these waterways with hovercraft. Hovercraft? Yeah, hovercraft. Yeah, why am I laughing at myself? It is a hovercraft. You know what I mean? And I get one that's more like a river. Maybe over here. It's like a throughway that they've carved in. It just ends in nothingness. We might have to change that up a little bit. There we go. Not allowed to end in nothingness. We all must amount to something. Yeah, nearly there. This might be a little bit too wet. But we've all been there before, eh, folks? We've all been there before. There's going to be a lot of those jokes in this playthrough, okay? We're dealing with a lot of water. Let's just get that out of the way right now. I think I'm happy with that. I think that's done. I think it's going to look pretty cool. And we'll blend it in with this a little bit more. But I like the idea that this being like a controlled line. And every now and again, you know, the Everglades will push through. But this is meant to be wild and open. So, let's meet our Suchomimuses. I'm going to have a drink. I'll be a professional YouTuber. It's bloody warm. Although it is less bloody warm today than it was bloody warm yesterday. Lovely. So this is our green one, right? Yep, absolutely beautiful. Oh, we should turn we should do some settings. I think we need. I don't associate the Everglades with like thunder or lightning and like heavy storms. But you'd imagine it rains quite a lot, so we'll do that, and we'll turn our day-night cycle on as well. All that off now. I'm not worried about making this like a proper build. It doesn't have to be, you know, I want to have like 10 Suchomimuses living together and they'll be totally okay. That's, you know, it'll be more fun, I think. Yes, got the colours right. Beautiful. Okay, we've seen both of them now, so we can pop these out. Little orange boy, do your thing. Little orange boy, do your thing. Has anyone ever said that sentence before? Yeah, probably. That's not quite obscure enough, I think. I'll probably people have said it this year about Donald Trump, so who knows. Cutting political commentary there. Okay, so the next question is, what would live in this area? You know what I need? I need to see the animals. I'm Googling. I'm professional. Animals of the Everglades. Other than alligators, what would you get? Nile monitors, apparently. We could do something with that. We could do like a monitor. What would be the closest to a monitor? I'm going to need some suggestions from you folks at home. Bearing in mind, we don't want to put all the animals in straight away, because we do want to do exhibits and stuff, you know, on the other side. Flamingos. Dolphins. Turtles. We can do some turtles, yeah. I'd like to bring like a medium herbivore in and like a small herbivore, I think is the idea. Maybe we can find like a pink Suchomimus. Let's get some turtles. Who's the most turtley of our Ankylosaurids? Is it the Ankylosaurus? Could be. Oh, Compies. Yeah, Compies will be great. We're going to put tons of Compies in, and they'll be like little, they're just little birds skittering around, you know? That'll be really cool. We'll definitely do that. I'm thinking, so, the Ankylosaurid, and then tons of Compies. Who is the most like a turtle? Ankylosaurus is winning for me so far. Because it's got the lack of spikes. I don't want spikes, I just want a big old... It really kind of has loads of spikes. What am I on about? Who hasn't got spikes? Oh, I need to... Oh, I forgot to uninstall that mod. I've made a terrible mistake. I can fix that. That's fine. Oh god, that's actually going to be really annoying to fix. It's fine. I'll fix that before the next video, I promise. I think the Ankylosaurus is a good bet. Let's go Ankylosaurus. I actually entirely forgot I had that mod installed. And let's go for wetland pattern. Oh. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. That looks like a really cool... Oh, I don't know. Right, I actually don't know what all the 2001 patterns look like for the Ankylosaurus. So, let's have a little peek. Some of them have quite earthy looking colours, so maybe we can find some really cool turtley ones. Like that one as well. Right, we're gonna try those three, I think. We'll see which of those three we like, and then we'll add some more. Let's get these Suchos moving over. Boop. 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 That was me trying to do a deep voice, and it still is. Boop. Boop. I don't know what it is. My voice is either like super high, but if I'm like tired and talking on the phone or something like that, it goes all. I think my voice changes throughout the day. Basically, my voice drops each hour of the day. It starts off hello, and then it ends up, well, yeah, a lot deeper. It's weird. Maybe it's just when I'm trying to sound moderately attractive, I like instinctively go. Get some fish in, son. Get my fish on. Just dot these around. They blend in really nicely anyway. And I just kind of want the dinos to wander, you know? I'll do. Okay, now, this obviously isn't done. I'm going to put a tree line in over here. I think we're going to try to stick to these. So I'm going to put in tons of these first. Control and space. So this is meant to be. This is the only big one of these we're gonna do. Even this is. It's just I never feel like they're close enough until you get. I should have put more of these in. I don't feel the trees are ever close enough to each other to make it look like a proper forest until you add the forest tool to it, which I don't really want to do because it's the wrong type of tree. Is it though? Not really. I think we get away with it, actually. What are you? Are you a big boy? Yeah, you don't really do much though, do you? You're a big boy, but you don't do much. I think we'll have to add some other trees in there. But these are really cool. Like, big shout out to Jack, and also to, I believe, Digital Duck, who I know contributes some models to this mod as well. It's a really cool mod. The terrain texture looks really great. It looks Everglades, you know, which is what I wanted. I literally am only doing this playthrough because I saw the mod and thought, yeah, that looks great. Let's build a series from it. Basically, I'm just gonna change things to daytime, just because we're about to pop out some Ankylosaurus and I can't see a bloody thing. So, right, let's check out these colours then. So we've got pattern D, pattern C, and pattern A. Let's see which one is gonna suit the best, if any. I'd say that's pretty promising. That looks great. I never really saw these skins. Oh, I love that. Actually, that's super cute. Okay, we're definitely having more of those. Let him get out of the way for a second, and then we'll try pattern C. So that was the D. I love the D, as it happens. God, I'm such a child, I swear to God. Right, let's put some trees in. I want to try to fade it out towards... it just looks weird. I can't make it not look weird. This is always a problem. Always. It looks weird without the trees. It looks weird with the trees. I don't know what the solution is. Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's not as bad as I think it is. Oh, I don't know. Makes me sad. What if we put in some of these instead? To kind of like blend it in a little bit better. Yeah. It looks okay. It's not the end of the world. We'll think about it. I don't think we're going to be using many rocks in this playthrough, are we? I don't think of rocks when I think of the Everglades. I'm sure there'll be one or two dotted around. But it depends what section we're doing. I'm doing this. This is a very big, open, wide section. There are different places. You can get some really tight little foresty things. I really want to build like a boat tour, which we obviously can't do. I was thinking of maybe using the monorail. It's like a boat tour, essentially, like a mini one up here. And the monorail would literally follow a river, and it would go between the tree line. Then again, maybe that's better to use for the Jeep for the truck tour, and we'll just pretend it's a boat, basically. It'd be really cool if we had boat tours. Frontier, we need boat tours, please. Please. I'll be good to you. I'll be so good to you, Frontier. I will do your laundry for a month. How's that for a deal? We just need a boat tour. I actually don't think a boat tour would work in this. No, I've mentioned a few times how the water works in this game, and from what I know, how it doesn't work, essentially. But the game can clearly register where water is, and it can allow vehicles to not pass it. Maybe this is the problem. Some of these trees are the right colour, some of them are weird. It can allow vehicles to not pass through water, right? You can't put path through water, vehicle path. So the vehicles can't transfer through the water. So... could you not just do a vehicle that basically operates on the opposite rule set, in that you can only put the path through the water? I'm sure it's substantially more complicated than I'm making it sound by saying that, but it should be doable in theory with the setup the game currently has, right? Am I going crazy? I think it should be. I'm not saying they're going to add it, because I would be immensely surprised if they do, but maybe there's an intrepid modder out there. I don't think we've really messed around with the vehicles and stuff much, so maybe that's something we could do. I'm not convinced by these trees. Not convinced in the bloody slightest. Every picture I see of the Everglades, it really just doesn't have trees on their own. Oh, that one does, though. Curiouser and curiouser. Oh yeah, Ankylosaurus. Whoops, daisy. So this is pattern C. I just want to see the introduction video, you know? I like that one as well. These are all really good colours. What I might do... That looks great. That looks so much better than the original Anky. I think it's just the burst of colour on the face. The original Ankylosaurus very much had a problem where it was boring, basically. Like, the colours just never did much. It didn't change much, so it was never very exciting. But that's an A. What we might do is just make another one of each of these colours and use those for our turtles. And then we've got 3 different colours. Turtle, or terrapins, or tortoise, or whatever they are. Every animal is going to be based on an existing animal. Yeah, they're all really cool colours. That actually might be my favourite of the bunch. Look at that. That's awesome. Why is that so exciting to me? I don't know. Very aroused. Right, so yes, we're going to do what I just said. So we're going to make another pattern A, we're going to make a D, and we're going to make a C. Even the default would probably look okay, you know. But I feel like I'm committed now. So a C and a D. My initials, as it happens. Also the initials of Compact Disc, who was my best friend growing up. So let's go ahead and shoot these lovely critters in the face. And we'll end the dinosaurs there for today. We're already quite far into the video. This is, you know, we have to do some setup because it's the first video. We'll do all our mass numbers off Compies in the next video. I'm thinking like 30 off the bloody things is probably the right number. I really like the Sukas. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm still not sure about the trees. I'm really not. I just can't quite get it into my head. I'm gonna do like a little bunch of them over here. I think it's okay to have little areas like that, but I don't want to go too far. And what we do need to do is add some foliage to try and make this a little bit... It's too flat right now. It needs a little bit of depth to it. So, which is going to look the best? We're looking for just grass, essentially. Now, you'd imagine grassland, but I'm not convinced that's the right answer. It probably is. Coastal looks pretty cool. I like the coastal. They've changed it. Vibrant's really good. Crag. I don't know. Should we just use all of them? Should we just go crazy? I like crag. Yeah, crag looks really good actually. Okay, we're going to cover all the land in crag. I'm going to try to not let it go into the water though. Because again, the idea is that they're like little islands, aren't they? It's like, it's not meant to be land, but it's the grass sort of propping up from the bottom of the waterbed thing. I don't bloody know, right? I'm just saying what I think it looks like to me, so I think this makes the most sense. Might be easy to just do this everywhere and then get rid of it, rather than trying to be too neat. Stop screaming, Suko, you big old weirdo. Look at the loveliness I've given you. Appreciated. Love me back. And that's all that's going on. We should shuffle over... That looks bizarre, by the way. We should shuffle over our Ankies and pop out the other ones. And give them some food as well, so they don't, you know, die. Sounds like a plan. So, reminder, if you go to the QT down below, we're going to need 4 names for Suchomimuses and 6 names for Ankylosauruses. So feel free to leave some names. You can leave multiple if you want, if you've got multiple ideas, but I do tend to only take 1 name per person. If someone comes up with like a really cool theme section, maybe I'll take all of them, but it is quite rare. So generally speaking, just to make it fair to everyone, I do tend to only take 1 name from a suggestion. So just think of your best one. If someone comes up with like an amazing set of themes, then we can do that, but generally speaking, I prefer to keep it as even as possible. Alright, yeah, that's looking a lot better. I think the trees help there as well. I think they just break it up a little bit. So even if it's not strictly realistic, I think I'm going to dot a couple of trees. I don't think it's unrealistic anyway. I'm just going to dot some trees around. That looks awesome! I really kind of want them to cup the... I'm keeping them on the land as well. The monorail a little bit, like so. Maybe we do get rid of these trees. Or maybe we just loosen them up a lot. Have less of them. It looks good at night time. Yeah, okay, cool. I want a little bit of rock life in here as well. Just like one or two, maybe. Yeah, awesome. Right, what's going on? Wait, this is light storms. I didn't even put heavy storms on. This is a light, apparently. It's gone mental. Shoot those lovely lads. And we'll get started. We're not going to lease them today, but we can get started on our mass amounts of Compies. So many Compies. Actually, to the point where it might make more sense to set up a temporary... It's an interesting idea. I might just do that. What I'm going to do is this. We're going to set up a temporary hatchery. I don't want to transfer the Compies around constantly. I think it's going to be a massive pain. So we're just going to do this. And I wish I hadn't got rid of quite so much water. Okay, that's actually too much. It looks kind of disgusting, I will say, from above, because you've got this sort of light, sickly colour of the plant life under the water. It looks a little diseasey, if we're totally honest. I might bring in something with a little bit more vavavoom. Coastal. Let's go coastal. I think it's going to be really nice having the mix of colours anyway. So, yeah, let's get some coastal in there. Lighten it up just a little bit. You can see how it blends together anyway. The crag and the coastal keeps textures from both. It's actually a really nice way to build up some varying texture in your ground. Let's just do that all along there. Make it pretty. And it's coastal, you know. Okay, we're not by the coast, but we are by the big wet. So, we're going to lead into the big wet. Like so. It's going to be cool. Aww. Have a little nap together. The two banana slugs, they do look like banana slugs. They really do. I mean, there's nothing against banana slugs. That's great. You know, if you want to look like a banana slug, you do you, son. But they do look like banana slugs. I might actually put more Ankies in as well. This is a huge area. And we may add some extra dinosaurs, but we do need to fill it a little bit. It's meant to be an exciting introduction to the park, you know? Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, oh, that looks a lot nicer. That looks great. Yeah. Okay, I'll stop now. Alright, let's get some food for the Yankees, first of all. That seems pretty necessary. So, again, we just want to dot these around. They kind of just blend in anyway, because the place is so bloody huge. Right, tons of them. That should keep them busy. Oh, missed a little bit. Do-do-do. I really wish I could turn the licensed music on. I really do. Actually, maybe putting some of this stuff under the water is a good idea. You know what, I'm looking at the Everglades and the lines between where the water starts and where the sort of grass starts is actually very, very defined. It's very hard lines. There's no fading out, so I think, if anything, we need to go the opposite direction to what I just suggested. There we go. Yeah, cool. Cool. Still not convinced on the trees. These are the only things I have a problem with right now. I just can't get this to work the way I want. I'm open to ideas. I think maybe just lightening it up quite a lot. Dotting some in there, but keeping it lighter is maybe the way to go. That looks okay. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Let me know what you want for the dinosaur names down below as well. So 6 Ankylosaurs and 4 Suchomimuses. There may be more Ankylosaurs next time. There's going to be tons of Compies next time, but I'm not going to add those until next week, and I won't be taking name suggestions for those until next week. And yeah, that's about it. So, any ideas, suggestions you have, any dinosaurs you think would really represent Everglade animals, hit me up in the comment section down below. If you've got any ideas for what we do for the rest of the park, you know, exhibits, I definitely want to do a truck tour, but beyond that I don't have that much in the way of ideas. Hit me up down below. Hope you're excited. Nice new park build, relatively unmodded, relatively. And yeah, we're done. Thank you so much for joining me. I promise we'll spend more time with the actual dinosaurs next episode. It's just the first episode is always set up heavy, you know. But yeah, I'm excited. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, much stuff as always. Hit the like button. Bye bye.